Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial. In this video, I want to teach you a new type of loop called the do while loop. Now it's pretty much a way that you can run a loop just like before, but you can guarantee that your code runs at least once. So let me show you the syntax for it, and when you would actually use this. So type do and then without any parenthesis, because we are not testing anything so far, hit the curly brackets, and inside the brackets here the code that you want to run in this loop, just like while loop. Now for the test outside your curly brackets, type while, and this is where you test it. So basically what will happen, it's going to run your code and then it's going to make the test after it. To see if it is true, and if it's true, it's gonna run your code over and over again until the test become false. So the syntax is little bit different, and like I said, what it does, it observe your computer program run from top to bottom. It's going to guarantee this code runs at least once before the test even occur. So if the test is false, you already ran your code once. So I'll show you guys why this is useful right now. So a couple of tutorial ago I showed you guys how to make a computer program that allows the user to enter 3 test grades, and then it gave them the average of those test grades. Well, whenever you are making a program like this, you want to make it adoptable for any user. You don't know if they are going to add it or enter like 3 grades or 10 grades or whatever grades. So you want to make a program that can accept as many test grades as you want and still give you the correct answer. So let's make that right now. We need a couple of variables and we make them all floats, which will be easier to work with, and we will set them all equal to 0. So first float grade, which is equals to 0. Then float number of test, which is equals to 0. Then float score entered, which is equals to 0. And at last float average, which is equals to 0. So now that we have all of these variables, we can go ahead and give them a little prompt right now. Printf So this program, as I said, will allow them unlimited amount of grades, and it's always going to give them average and some other stats as well. So how we tell the program that's it time to stop running? The program, we will just make a simple condition. Just say whenever the user types 0 to quit the program, so we will type here press 0 when complete, \n for another line. Now in order to do a statement, remember this will going to occur at least once by default. So the first thing I want to print out the test and the average here. So printf test, which is going to be 0 by default, and it's going to increase by 1 every time they enter a new test. And remember, this is a float, so %f, here I am putting %.0f because I want it clear and with no decimal point, because it may confuse the user. After test, they will enter average, which is equals to %.2f, so that it can display 2 decimal places in the output. And here I'll put just a tab space between them. Comma, number of test, comma, average. So after this, we actually want to give them a prompt. So print f, enter test score, score. Now scanf statement, %f, because we are entering a float, and after where we want to store it, it will store it in score entered. Don't forget to put ampersand because we are using float. And the first thing we need to do is take whatever they entered and add it to the grade, because remember, grade is the running total of all our scores entered. So grade plus equal to score entered. So if they enter 50 over and over again, it would be 50, 100, 150, 200 and so on. But the score will not going to increase. This will be different every time. So after this we need to increase the number of tests by 1. So we will use increment operator. Now we have to calculate the average. That's the goal of the program. So to calculate the average test score, all we have to do is take grade divided by number of tests, and the last thing we need to do is to add a condition when to stop, and we will say when score entered is not equal to 0. So if they write anything other than 0, do this loop again and again. If we run this, it shows press 0 when complete. Test 0, average 0 0, enter test score. So I'll enter 85, enter test 1, 85 average, another test score, I'll put 90. This is our new average of 85 and 90, test 2 scores, and now I'll enter another 65. This is test 3 and average 80. Now I'll enter 75. This is test 4, average is 78.75, and I'll enter 25, enter. This is test 5, average is 68.0. So now how we can stop this loop? So we just want to press 0 and it will automatically return 0. So I hope you understand how to use do while loop in your program. If you have any queries, you can ask me on comment section. That's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button and do subscribe my channel.